Here we go. Suiting up. Ugh. Alright. This is a mistake. This is an absolute mistake. Here we go. There, now it's a little bit more spoopy and hella dark. Anyway, let's go to map. Hiya, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing Xiangling level 90, potentially high-level talents, an okay weapon, and passable artifacts. Also, I'm so sorry, I'm a disgusting individual who just loves Halloween too much to where I couldn't torture myself like this. Also, the hairs in my beard are going to my mouth. It's awful, it's the worst. I'm not sure how long we can do this. Okay, it's literally the most uncomfortable thing ever. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, it's Halloween. If you're watching this way in the past, I apologize so much. This is not the thing to do when we're in the midst of all this, but here we are, baby. Nightmare. Also, Xiangling very too excited. Way too excited in this position. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I can't do it. I can't do it. It keeps tickling my beard. Oh, feels real not good. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll do something eventually. I could wear this hellish mask, but no, I'm okay. Also, hopefully I didn't have a spider on me now. Okay, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a weird intro, but is to be expected here on the channel. Anywho, my friends, today we are going to be talking about the absolutely fantastic and extremely surprisingly good Xiangling. I would have never thought Xiangling would have had her day to shine. She was always pretty good, but just with the new artifact set in combination with the catch and all of these other things, she is incredibly good. And also, if you happen to have Ball, she's also really good. Now, with that being said though, I also think that with the nature of Genshin Impact, it takes a long time for certain characters to get cooked because there's not enough heat to go around, resin is finite, and all that stuff. Also, luck is a huge thing in this game. Getting the right artifact set to make a character pop off, all of that stuff is very, very huge and important and big. Regardless, I think Xiangling was probably really good almost all the time, but recently, with the new artifact set, she's become absolutely fantastic in more than one way. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be showcasing Xiangling to the best of my ability, which, by the way, boom! We're about to make her level 90, which is going to give her an absolute boatload of elemental mastery. It's a good bit, but it's not like anything wild or absurd, but she scales off elemental mastery, which is amazing because she is one of the few, in fact, at least right now, maybe in the coming days or weeks or whatever, there'll be another character that will come out. I'm sure you guys know him at this point, but she is the only real pyro applier character. A lot of characters can give electro. Xiangling provides an abundance of pyro, and she's not on a 2-second delay like other characters that are support DPSs. She just spins around this massive AoE spear, and if you have constellations, it lasts a silly long time, but boom, there she is in all of her glory. And do I have enough material to level this up? Oh, I'm one off. Son of bitch, let's go fucking. I really am just, I could have wore the mask. I could have just suffered through it. To me, I was worried my voice was getting absolutely shredded, so I wouldn't have been able to make sense of this. It's supposed to be a guide, it's supposed to be relatively helpful, even though I know. Okay, mostly full send it. Here we go. Boom. Ooh, cost a good bit of money. But regardless, yes. So now we just brought her alt, which is the main bread and butter of Xiangling. She is very, very good. Goba is just a nice kind of additive thing, which if you're wanting to level up a character, this is something you could do because you never activate your ult without also just tossing out Goba, giving you free particles, which is awesome. Anyways, Goba also does okay damage, but honestly a little fucky for how long he's on cooldown, but that's because all of her damage is very much so in her ult, which hits incredibly. So first of all, it scales up pretty hard because Xiangling actually does like 3 spins while she activates her ult, which happen very, very fast. And that's going to accumulate into a pretty good amount of damage just burst happening. it's kind of better to like deal damage in a burst in some cases, but Xiangling does the opposite. She does damage in like 1,000 types of hits. And also her tornado is the thing that scales the hardest, which is actually really rare. Usually it's the initial hit that hits hard, and then the thing that follows is kind of a whimper, but not in Xiangling's case. The storm is the bread and butter. Regardless, its duration is 10 seconds and its cooldown is 20, which is brutal. And also it costs 80, so this is a very high demanding ult, but by the numbers you can see that it scales really hard. But, like I said, Xiangling is good, just really, really good on a passive. Like, she's one of the few characters where if you just rare the box, level her up, full sender, she's just going to do a crazy good amount of damage. Also, she's one of the few pyro applicators in the game if you want to reverse vaporize or reverse melt. But if you get Constellation 4, it is huge, incredible, amazing. This seems like it's not real. Like it says it increases tornado duration plus 40%. It feels like it's absurdly more time. Like it basically you can back to back her ults within relative ease. I think it's like 4 maybe 5 seconds of downtime. But it's great, man. It at least doesn't feel that bad. Everything else under Constellation is relatively odd. Like there's this one, Goba, reduces their pyro resistance, and then if you get the max Constellation, you reduce it with Pyronada by 50. This is like one of the worst constellations for a 6th constellation ever. But yeah, this one, pretty huge. So if you just get up to this, you're good to go. You basically have reached her max potential. Well, this gives you a little bit more max, but it's basically nothing. But also, it's a pyro applier, so you can throw her on any team with another pyro person, and she will deliver. Anyways, let's not get caught up on too much on that minutia. But what is the best artifact set for Xiangling? I think there is no doubt in the game. This is why she's become so undone in the last couple of days, is because, or weeks, with Inazuma essentially, the Emblem of Severed Fate is the best artifact set and is so good for her. Basically, gives you energy recharge so that 80% energy cost is nothing. Also, the energy recharge that you do have gets converted into your ult's damage, which is very few things that can scale up your damage on your ult that intrinsically feeds within itself, i.e. energy recharge gets you to use your ult, higher damage ult gets you to kill everything. Anyways, as of weapons, there's the good news and the bad news. This is kind of like the good news when you get a character that sucks, but they can like help you decrease the cost of talent books, you know? So it's one of those things. But Xiangling has 2 weapons, kind of. She can use more, but these are like the main weapons that are good for her. Of course, the catch, perfect, lovely, fantastic. But, and this to me is, I don't know, I play her with the catch and she's really good with it, but there's something about the Dragon's Bane, iconically, that is made for her. Mainly because it scales up your elemental mastery, and that is something that Xiangling is almost never, unless you're running a very weird setup, never going to have other characters or another element applied. So the reaction bonus that she's getting is going to bring up your damage by a whole bunch. And she also does massive AoE damage. There's so many things to talk about with Xiangling. Regardless, this weapon also is only really good for her and like one other person. But anyways, anyone who has the Hydro effect on them or the Pyro effect on them is going to get a 36% increase in their taking damage. This is max refined, and I was unlucky really early on and just got like 14 of these. Wild. Anyways, but if you do have the catch, that's also good. If you have the Favonius weapon, that works, albeit a little bit less, but still, it's good.
I can't decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs.
Also, she's a freak, like a hella freak. I mean, look at the intro. Her eyes, crazy. A yandere, all that, and boom. Now, as of my base stats that we're going to be taking into this encounter, as always, I like to kind of get good, but not great, because that way there's always a ceiling above us, so if people who are interested want to full center, you can and see even more out of her. But what we have now is more than enough. Anyways. Okay, so we have 34 Elemental Mastery. Amazing. She also scales Elemental Mastery, so it's good but not surprising. Anyways, we also have crit rate is okay, crit damage is okay. These are things that could be better. Also, her energy recharge is honestly not that good. As far as her artifacts, I have not lucked out a great deal on, but essentially the Elemental Mastery from the weapon is kind of taking care of me. It's taking the like little stats that I do have and constantly, you know, revving them up. And also because the team that I'm running has super, like there's never not going to be an elemental reaction happening within the first 30 seconds. But needless to say, I could use much better artifacts just to let you guys see them. This one, crit rate, it's pretty trash. 16 energy recharge, kind of nice, but nothing crazy. This is huge, 20% crit damage and 7. It's just great overall. Now this one, 27% critical damage, not bad. 7. This one could be improved upon greatly. Same thing with this one. 12% energy recharge and bonus attack. What is her base attack actually? Her attack is a measly 1,600, but in Bennett's ult, it's going to get significantly better. And by the way, in this video, just in case I wasn't being clear, we're going to just gush over how amazing she is. And also, what that was me telling you what to go get. If you don't have the catch, get the catch, and all that stuff. Now, let's see if she's worth all that effort, which I guarantee you she very much is. Also, considering everybody has at least one of her for completing the Spiral Abyss, this is a character that everyone should level up, especially with the new artifact and especially with the new weapon. It's just fantastic. Also, if you happen to get any of those shitty red spears, she's like the only one that can use them. So now let's give you a very, very not skewed as hell metric to scale her off of. Okay, so we're just gonna use the Rhine Shogun to basically give us pyro application. That's basically it's that right there. But we also, God damn it, Bennett, we need you. We need you here, buddy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Hit. We're gonna throw Boba out there, and we're gonna play you a little bit, and then we're gonna switch to Bennett and basically just sit there. And again, this thing is detonating for how much? 14k. I've seen it hit for more than that because I don't know if that wasn't critting or whatnot. I seen it hit for 20k, but that might be because that was an overload proc and not a melt proc. Even if it's a reverse melt proc, that would be the difference between 14k to 20k. Because melt is insane, of course. But yes, very skewed showcase. Yeah. But with that being said, let me show you the other thing. In fact, let me go with something that has built-in wild resistance. That is going to do well, but it's just a testament to show you how much application damage she's doing, and also if you have anything like Official or a Raiden Shogun or anyone, a Shincho, hopefully, at this point. If you have any character that can, like, mass apply, or Baido, if you have any character that can mass apply and basically give it so that when she does activate her ult, she's able to just rip things apart, then that's perfect. Also, let's just only use Raiden Shogun to just generate particles, which is something that she's incredibly good at. Yeah, I'll wait to use Shincho, because we're just trying to get particles right here. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. We're only doing this, by the way, just to get particles, because this is another byproduct of what she can do. Get particles to her whole team, and Xiangling should be taken care of, even though we're not, we're not trying to deal damage right now. We're just trying to get her ult back. All right, Xiangling is almost there, very, very close. In fact, I think you'll get her there. Here we go, boom, boom. There we go. All right. Now let's do one of these, this, because we're going to need to do that in order to break that. We'll activate this. Also, these could have been doing more damage. Oh, that's something I should have also told you. That's something that's relevant. Yeah, but we're doing 19k, 14k again there. Okay. Okay. So, by the way, one thing that is relevant, and this is the one thing I probably shouldn't be doing. Oh, but I need to. Yikes. So this is something that's relevant, but it's not that relevant. It's good, but it's not like what's making us deal a lot of damage. The reason why I'm using this is so that it basically just applies pyro so that a detonation reaction can take place so that Xiangling's elemental mastery can pop off. But another thing that this thing does, as you guys can see, it says elemental burst damage based on energy per energy. Basically, it's if you have a person that costs 80 energy or 90 or that's the only ball, 80 energy or 60 energy, the more energy that it costs to cast their ult, the more bonus of their damage that I is going to give them. That's a sentence. Anyways, yes, I just want to let you guys know about that. It's going to give you or her a little more damage. In fact, maybe we shouldn't even use maybe we should just use Shincho and Xiangling. Although that would also just be vaporized, so kind of skewed, but but anyways, the point is that was a fire resistant enemy and we were killing things. Also, we were using Shincho, which also is helping. I only am using them for the application of an element, so that's why I'm like, what? God damn it. Okay, let's just do this one. This one is actually, I think, a much better showcase because this domain has a lot of like very, very heavy hitting enemies, but also has enemies resistant to Electro. So it shouldn't play too much of a part in it, but let's see. And of course, there's another domain that's even more skewed in Xiangling's favor. But yeah. Also, again, my Xiangling's weapon is not 90. Her artifacts are not perfect. Her artifacts actually have a lot to be desired. There's like 3 out of sync. But anyways, yeah. So I just want to let you guys know that there's still more to grow. But even thus far, hitting an additional 14k while Xingqiu is going, whilst Ball is going, while Razor, while Eula, or whatever is going on, that's amazing. Also, her paired with Eula we'll test out in a bit, but this is just the baseline Xiangling and why people are like, this is insane. Also, everybody has her. Like, just dropping 14k will kill most basic ass enemies in the game and rip apart bosses, especially considering you use her and you switch off and you have 14k just happening on repeat in mass AoE, and also it's always fire, so you're reverse melting if there's ever a water DPS that comes down the pipeline. That's going to be massively good. Also, she weakens people to pyro, so many things are good. Anyways, what are you looking like with you're about to get your ult? I think Bennett should be able to get your ult, actually. Xingqiu, okay, so we'll basically only use Xingqiu, Xiangling, and Bennett. We won't use Ball, that's going to amplify all their damage, but Bennett will. But also, we're only using Xingqiu to apply, in fact, maybe we should do that. Let's give Xingqiu a busted-ass weapon, just to make it so that, like, it's not a thing. If he's not, like, helping her out in a great way with his spears. Okay, that should be a little bit better testing. Here we go. Let's do one of these, this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do one of these. He's jumping at me. Sketchy. Do this. This. Probably should have. Fucking come on, detonate, goddammit. There we go. Okay, so now we're dealing how much damage? 38k. 38k again. 38k. We're just applying the water. Oh my goodness. That's melt, baby. That's melt with high elemental mastery also. So just take that in a note. That's wild. I always seen 20k. That's a first for me. I never really. All I knew is that enemies were dying way too fast, but I never got to see clear as day as like, oh, oh. In fact, maybe Ball is ruining it because of overload compared to melt. That is hilarious. Anyways, let's do that again. Golly. I did not expect to see that much damage, but that's what I mean. That's what you could be doing as an additive. So her and Xingqiu, insanely good. Her and Kaya, who's also a free character that I don't have leveled up, is also in fact fantastic. In fact, let's run that back and do that once again. Let's back up. Actually, yeah. I want to actually try Kaya, even though he's only going to be there to apply melt. Now, yes, I think reverse vaporize or something like that is less good or something. Regardless, they're both really good. But let me try to actually do that. Let's take out Ball and put in Kaya. And yeah, we know Xingqiu works. We know Xingqiu gives us 38k when it's a vaporize, and also he was not giving additive damage. It was just pure Xingqiu detonation. So let's put Xiangling on there to protect Kaya, so he doesn't rip him apart. Oh, also, sorry, there's also a pyro bonus here, but that's not enough, I don't think, to give you like a super scale. Even if you're doing half of that, that's still insane. We'll do this. We gotta get Kaya's alt, and he has. Oh, by the way, Kaya has nothing on his person. So that is what's happened. Just trying to get that dangum alt.
Light it up.
Don't push your luck.
Great.
Cool it.
Oh my god, I can't. I fucking can't. Are you shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? I'm so mad. Oh my god. I fucking tried 6 times, and then exactly when his shield breaks, they're like, guess what, bitch, I'm here. And I'm like, wait. Okay, we finally have his ult. I did it out here, because I didn't want to die in a fire, you know? This is a little bit skewed, because there's a pyro and cryo bonus, but we'll go do it in another domain if we have to. No, yeah, with Xingqiu, not with Kai, because the domain I'm thinking of has an innate weakness to cryo. But anyways, let us do this. We are going to, sure, use Xiangling, cuz. We're going to do one of these. Do this. Do this. Do this. And now this. Oh god damn it. Okay. What's the thing hitting for? 17k. Oh, Kaya's thing is not there anymore. 17k on a cryo hit. I think. I think regardless, it's 17k on a bad day. It's not bad at all.
I'm not done.
Also, I'm done with you. God damn it, Kaya. I have nothing on him, so it's my fault. But at the same time, what the fuck? Shit. I've never seen someone who had such terrible luck ever. Let's go to another domain that is both kind of. There's not a lot of domains that are shitty for her. It's the thing. Xiangling goes kind of anywhere because she just does. Again, guys, even if you're not dealing 48k, which you could be, even if because there's more investment to be had with her, even if you're not dealing like what is it, 17k, if you're dealing like 12k constantly and you don't even have to play the character. That's amazing. That is incredible. Like, what? Anyways, and sure, we'll throw on Xiangling just so we don't get absolutely clipped. Actually, Xiangling is giving a slight elemental shred, so sure, we'll just not use him, I guess, just to be extra fair. Oh, I'm kicking myself for nothing. This. I'm gonna hope you get your ult in time. Please, for the love of God. Really? Okay, I was about to say some bullshit. We're just gonna keep applying this. We're 12k, 25k, 25k, 30k, 30, mother effing k, 30k, 30, 26k. Ooh, I'm getting ripped up. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, that's the same amount that like main DPS Razor and shit can potentially do. Although he does hit faster, so theoretically would just output more in that way. But yes, also my Shinsho is hitting for 2k, right? I can't quite see. Let's see this. He was hitting. I can't see because this bullshit shield. God damn you.
Teamwork is dreamwork. You're toast.
Okay, Shinsho was hitting for, I think it was, I've seen 1,000. So like just shave off 1,000 from what we got. That's what you'll get. Okay? Madness. Okay? Absolute madness. Let's run this back one more time. Because thus far, I mean, just, again, hitting the numbers that we were hitting. That's insane. That's incredible. Also, if you happen to have a character like Ball, which will just make her even better by giving her that bonus, and that's perfect. Also, Ball will just help everyone else get their energy back faster, and all of that stuff. She will dominate the elemental reaction pool, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's, I think, worth the squeeze in terms of always having an element to detonate and also just having that much more splash damage, because that's something that her E also does. It just hits in a pretty decent AoE. Anywho, now let's just mess around with teams I never actually had messed around with Xiangling, who I'm wondering if she'll be able to like pop off with these teams more so than others. But basically, let's use main DPS U, and let's use you to amplify her damage. Let's use a pyro character such as Xiangling, and then we'll use Bennett. So the Bennett and Xiangling basically take care of each other, generating particles for one another. Eula will basically be constantly outputting cryo, also a ton of physical damage, so even if like outside of elemental reaction, she should be helping a great deal. And let's see how this team plays. Yeah, maybe, well, I'm not sure. This could just be a very like everything gets blitzkrieg because it's the team. Everyone's really built and really good. But let's see. Although Eula is pretty okay, by the way. She's okay. Actually, I should actually say she's pretty good. She's my Razor. I just forgave her everything Razor had, and Razor had everything. So, yeah, very good. Okay, let's do one of these just to get that going. Quick melt. Do one of those. We'll do this. And we'll start generating particles for Benny. Bennett wants to start generating particles. We'll do this until Xiangling's ready. Xiangling's not ready yet. We'll do this. Rip off that shield, although you do more than enough, Ball. We'll get Bennett going again. Bennett's just about ready to pop off. We'll do this. This. We don't have Shinsho, but we do have you. So she should be pretty good here in a minute. And I think in a hot, let's do this just because I don't want to lose Bennett's ult and the damage that he can give from this. Wait, don't attack, don't attack. My tiny little blade thing. 16k, but I stopped halfway, but yeah, no, that works. But again, this is like mass overkill. Ball is made, perfectly done. Xiangling is close, Bennett is made, and Eula is made. So Xiangling is the only one that's not fully made. Like Bennett has the most energy recharge you can get, basically. And Eula, again, full send. I had to stop hitting things at that point just to be able to make it like look and see if it was all gonna happen. Regardless, there's still further investment that I could give to Xiangling. Like I could level her weapon up to 90, which would be huge. I could start reprioritizing her skills. And I do think, by the way, I should have mentioned this probably at the very beginning, but I do think it's better to build Xiangling for critical rate, critical damage, and energy recharge rather than elemental mastery. It's not to say that elemental mastery isn't amazing and fantastic, as it is. It's the thing that's allowing us to hit for go anywhere from the very lowest without any reactions, like 7k or 5k, to 30 to 20 to 14, detonating things like that. That's helping. But this also has a problem with what happens if there potentially is a physical DPS character in the game, or your favorite character just don't happen to synchronize in that way. So just betting on the fact that her critical rate and critical damage are good, so that when she does hit, she's just going to be hitting hard, and then her energy recharge is able to basically make her self-sufficient, because right now she does kind of need Bennett to kind of farm out particles for her a little bit, for me. But that's also because I decided to scale her more on damage and crit rate, or crit damage, sorry. Needless to say, ladies and gentlemen, this something I didn't mention, by the way. Xiangling was one of the first characters that everyone got, and I got, as you guys can see, many of throughout the polls that I did. She is by far one of the cutest, most adorable kind of characters that it was kind of a shame that she never really got her time to shine. Just because of her artifact set was kind of good, but not great. This weapon that came out is perfect for her, and she is just wildly good. And I am so happy I built her, because it's very few times you get an absolutely adorable character that's good vibes, good shit, but also happens to be in the category, in my opinion, of the quote-unquote immortal character. Meaning, it's very, very hard to replace her, because at the end of the day, she just outputs a shit ton of damage that can go in any team. That's wildly valuable. The second thing is that she does stupid high AoE. That's also really good. Again, she's also a pyro applicator, which there's very few of in the game. There's pyro DPSs, but not pyro characters that if they ever release an ice character down the line, or a water character, a main DPS, that can reverse vaporize in a big way. And she can. Also, with her constellation, gives her ult basically just an insanely long duration of time, to where this thing is always spinning around you, tagging and hitting enemies hard as shit. She's also one of the easier characters to build, because if you build her for elemental mastery, all you need is to use any other character that mass applies elements. Fischl, Ball, for anybody else, any sort of a caster, anybody, anybody. Will help immensely in that endeavor. But also you can build her for crit rate, crit damage, or energy recharge with the new artifact set. There's so many options to make this character strong, all viable, all seemingly really good. And yeah, she just seems like she falls into the category of a Shincho, a Bennett, characters that I couldn't see them getting completely taken out of the roster, only put back on the sidelines for a minute when there is maybe a fire shield, which is not useful, and then you just put them off. But then you'd have 3 other characters like Shincho and all these other things, Baido maybe, to use. So simply put, can absolutely work, can absolutely be fantastic, and ultimately this is a character worth building, especially now that there's the artifact set. Also, this is something I should have said at the very, very, very first part of the video. If you are a person that is a low spender, or who is just getting into the game, again, Xiangling can be attained via the Spiral Abyss, the first couple floors. Do it until you get one of her, and just full send her with the one artifact set. If you're just starting out, the best bet you could probably do ever is just to try to grind out all of the quests to get your AR to level 30, which with all these side quests now in the game, you should probably be able to do that and just speedrun that whilst doing your dailies pretty fast. Make your way over to Inazuma and do the shit out of this domain. This artifact set that gives you in this domain is both amazing, because this one can be put on everyone, including Xiangling, and then this one, the other kind of DPS version, is good, but it's not the best, but it's still better than... You could get 2 really useful artifact sets with one kind of having a slight downside. Yeah, this one, it's good, it's not great. Well, it's good, it's great for some people, but it's not the best across the board. But if you're just getting into the game, this is the best resin for your buck, and can help you build a main DPS and also a support DPSs with relative ease. Well done. And then you just gotta tap, and then you just gotta hit Maiden Beloved or Noblest Oblige and call that good. And that can make you get super progress within the game. So Xiangling, everyone can build, and she's amazing. She's a pyro applier, which there's not many of that in the game as of right now. There's one coming down the pipeline, but I still don't know if he'll take the place of Xiangling, because he gives defense rather than offense, and offense is kind of what the meta is in Genshin right now, especially with Spiral Abyss. You need an abundance of damage, and not necessarily the ability to not take some damage, because there's healers and characters like that can kind of repair your ass. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked your ear off more than enough, but I hope I convince you to go out and make this character. Again, this is a character that I always wish I could have made, because I like her character design is so fucking cute and so like awesome, like the bob cut, hella awesome. Anyways, very happy with this. I probably will full send her a little bit more over the coming days, but thus far, I wanted to show you guys what she is on kind of a baseline. I don't like to make things like fully sent, because then there's no spark in whenever you fully send them, but I do like to make things at to the point where like we're close, so that you can see their potential without seeing their ceiling, because to me the ceiling is yours to find out. It's the thing to unravel. If they're already performing well above normal, then who's to say how cool it could be to see them perform even more when you fully made them perfectly, like my ball or my Eula, etc., in terms of their stat priority and stuff like that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you use Xiangling, because she's just a treat. Anyways, thank you and goodbye.